I would say, crypto is an opportunity of a lifetime. We have never seen an industry that grows this fast. Crypto is a financial industry of more than $2 trillion, which has no regulation yet, meaning without the support of governments, it has become such a big industry. And once governments start approving crypto, it's going to explode and become the biggest thing in the world. So right now is the time to get into crypto.
Bienvenidos todos, welcome everybody. This is going to be a recording in English. Para los que nos conocen de contenido en español, en esta ocasión vamos a grabar en inglés porque tenemos un gran invitado del mundo cripto, Haroldas Paponishka. Espero que pueda pronunciar ahí su apellido lo mejor posible. Haroldas, welcome to this interview. We're doing interviews with crypto disruptors, and we're so glad to have you here. Thank you very much for your time.
I'm very glad to be here, Carlos. Very glad for you inviting. And as you mentioned, crypto disruptors. We're trying to change the world, and we can only do it together. So let's see where we can get to that.
Thank you, Carlos. First of all, can you give me a 30 seconds of who you are? What's a brief bio? What project were you involved with, and what you're currently working on, please?
Yes. So a short background on me. Haroldas Paponishka from London. Basically, I started out as a freelance marketer, worked my way up, became best in my country, one of the best at least, in Lithuania. I worked for brands like Nike, Lavazza, PayPal, Adidas, Venmo, all of the big dogs that most of people know in the world. Then I built in a e-commerce accelerator together with my co-founder in this project that we're going to talk about today. With Matas, we provided both marketing and venture capital funding to startups to help them, both from the side of needing funds and from the side of needing marketing experience. And we grew a lot of brands to revenues of millions. And then, crypto started booming. As an entrepreneur, you always need to be riding the wave of what's the future. If we look at Amazon's founder, Jeff Bezos, Jeff Bezos, came into internet and built Amazon because he saw that as the next wave, so it was the same story with us. We saw crypto as being the next wave in business, and we wanted, to be the change makers that are going to be in the history of the world, which is why we joined crypto. And, we saw that crypto has major problems with the negative impact that it has on the world, on the planet, on the Mother Earth that we all love. And, we saw that it can be changed. So that's what we're doing. We're changing crypto for the better so that it would actually be good for the planet.
Haroldas, before we go into the specific project of Broccoli, I think of the crypto as Disneyland. You have all these different worlds. It's too big. You have the DeFi world over there, the blockchain world over there. You have NFTs over there. It's such a big world. Before we dive into what this specific project is, can you take us? Can you briefly explain on where this project is located? Is this a DeFi project? Is this a crypto? Is this a coin? Can you explain what world are you taking us into?
Yes, so in Disneyland we can also merge worlds. So that's what we're doing with this project. We are merging decentralized finance, which is probably going to be the future of finance. We're also merging NFTs, which is probably the biggest thing of this year, and we're also merging metaverses, which are like digitalized realities, which some are saying are going to be the future of reality. We are merging these three concepts, and by using these concepts, we're building the business forward.
And okay, so now let's go into the specific project. Broccoli is a project you're launching this October 1st, as I understand?
Yes.
Can you give us the minute introduction to what Broccoli is specifically?
So what Broccoli does is, I'll take us a step backwards of what happened this year. Whoever has been following the crypto markets back in May saw the biggest crypto crash that has ever existed in history. Why? Because of the negative impact that blockchain has on the planet. Blockchain is literally killing Mother Earth. if we look at, pragmatically at what's the negative impact that blockchain is doing, Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two biggest currencies, consume as much electricity as the country of Turkey, the full country of Turkey, in a year. In fact, Bitcoin alone consumes 1%, just Bitcoin consumes 1% of the total electricity supply in the world. So it seems as if, blockchain is still an emerging market, still very new, but the reality is, even though it's very small as of today, the impact that it has on the earth is insanely big, And what we saw with the market crash was, if the issues are not solved, crypto and blockchain and all of the beauties of it will never be adopted globally. And looking at the potential that crypto and blockchain has, we saw that at some point it has to become globally adopted, but it can only become globally adopted if it becomes good for the planet. Because otherwise, at the rate that it is damaging the earth today, it would kill the planet. So what we did is we figured out a way to change crypto to where, instead of polluting the environment, it starts helping the environment. And with every single transaction, at no extra cost for the user, actually plants trees. So the ecosystem that we are building, it's essentially decentralized finance combined with NFTs and with the metaverse, with digital reality. In this ecosystem, every transfer that you send to your friend, to your mom, to your father, to your sister, husband, or whoever, every single transfer at no extra cost to you plants trees. At some instances, one tree, at some instances, more trees, but every single transfer is going to plant trees.
And where is this in the real world, these trees, where are they going to be planted? Who is in charge of that? How does that work?
So the beautiful thing about blockchain is blockchain and crypto gives us the ability to make every business governed by the community. Instead of me as the CEO saying, we're going to plant trees in, in maybe America, or maybe in Africa, or maybe in Australia, what we say is we give community voting power, and by using the token that governs the business, the community can vote and decide for themselves where they want to plant the trees. And say our users from Mexico can decide that they want to plant the trees in Mexico, and that's where the trees will be planted. The users from Argentina can decide to plant the trees in Argentina. That's where they're going to be planted. Users from a country like the United Kingdom can decide to plant them here. So the answer is all around the world, and it is chosen by every community member. If we look back to history, it was always billionaires and the most powerful politicians ruling every climate decision. And that's not the ideal world that, neither me nor you, Carlos, would want to live in. The most powerful billionaires making decisions for us, for our Mother Earth, it should be us, me, you, everyone in this audience making those decisions. And that's what we do. We give the decision over how do we change the planet to every single individual that is a user of the product.
But who is the people that creates the initiatives? Is it Broccoli, and then the community members vote on in which countries to plant trees, or the proposals are made by the community members that hold the tokens?
By the community members. How we fund projects is, for now, we have onboarded around 50 projects all around the world that are planting trees. And then we give our community, the token holders, the ability to choose where they want to plant those trees. But blockchain is decentralized. The goal is to have projects on board themselves without the permission of us, but only with the permission of the community long term. So, every solution needs to be developed step by step. So for now, we onboard the first batch of projects. And then once those are onboarded, say, if you guys know that you want specifically this tree planting partner to start planting trees by using Broccoli's funds, then, you can say we want to onboard him. Then the community votes on board or not on board. If on board, then, we fund the project.
Okay, so we can even recommend some projects in Mexico for the planting of trees.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Now, the objective, Carlos, at the end, can you tell us the vision in the long term? I mean, this is a coin. Can you talk about the specifics about the amount of coins, the expected value in the future? What can you tell us about your grand vision to where this token is headed?
My vision is $1 billion worth company as soon as possible, hopefully in a year or two times, which, the starting valuation of when we were funded, the starting valuation was 8 million. And then you go out to conquer the world. So I'm aiming at a market cap of 1 billion, ideally within 1 to 2 years. That depends largely on execution. So far, we have executed very well. The community is growing every single day. We now have, I think, combined all socials, we have like 60, 70,000 followers believing in the project even before we launch. So the thing is, it's like with a company, a company's stock is limited, so are tokens limited. There is a very limited supply of 125 million tokens, and there will never be issued more than that. So whoever is first to become a contributor of voting on where we plant trees by holding the token, there are only that many tokens for people to grab. If it's 125 million people buying a token each, then that's going to buy up the whole of supply. The supply is unlocked over time. It's not fully available from day one. Only 20%, actually less than 20%, less than 1 million worth of tokens will be available on day one. And then, depending on community involvement, we'll see where the project is taken.
And also you burn tokens, right?
Yes, we burn tokens as well.
And Carlos, if I'm an entrepreneur and I want to buy or I want to get one of these tokens, what is the exact procedure once you launch this after October 1st? How do I get my hands on broccoli? How can I get, is it through an exchange? Can you explain the process to somebody that is not, the simpler the better, to somebody that wants to get their hands on broccoli?
Yes, so, the easiest way for someone that is new to the industry is using centralized exchanges. With centralized exchanges, you link your wallet and you can buy crypto, and then you can buy crypto, the tokens that can be used to buy broccoli. Broccoli will only be able to be bought for the digital match of the US dollar, which is USDT. It's pegged. USDT is, the digital crypto part of the dollar. So we're going to be listed on Gate.io, and how that works is, you register to that, and you can buy the USDT, and then by using the USDT, you are able to buy broccoli tokens.
Or you can also use a DEX.
Yes, you can also use a DEX. It's a bit more complicated with a DEX, because then you already need to have the crypto alternative of US dollars. On DEXs, we are going to be on PancakeSwap, the most famous Binance chain, decentralized exchange, and with Ethereum, we're going to be on Uniswap.
Okay.
Carlos, I get this question regularly from the people I try to serve, from the entrepreneurs. It seems that there are a lot of tokens right now, and the number keeps climbing up. There will be more tokens. With the amount of tokens there are, why should we look for new opportunities in these new tokens? What do you tell to somebody that's confused about the amount of coins and how to find the good ones from the bad ones? I mean, and how does broccoli differentiate from the other coins? What can you tell us about that? And what are your thoughts on the amount of coins being launched these times?
So in general, we always have to look at how many are going to be available. Broccoli with 125 millions is very limited availability because, some tokens launch with a supply of 1 billion, which then, the value of one single unit becomes very low. So, one measurement people always need to look at is the total supply, which 125 million, is relatively a very small supply. And, the next thing is, what's the team behind the project? A lot of projects have anonymous teams, and then how can you trust a team like that? With us, all of us are public. The team, especially my co-founder, has very similar background in the airline industry. He has shown that he can deliver solutions that are good for the planet with airlines. He was working at a venture capital that was investing in sustainability projects, and one of the portfolio companies actually served clients like Wizz Air, Norwegian Airlines, and all of the other biggest airlines in Europe. So, what I would say the most important parts to look at is always the team, what are the results that they have showed in the past, and how is the project doing overall? Is it favored by the community? Does it have a big community? So those are the aspects that determine a winner from a loser, always.
And are you? Can you? I mean, I know this question is not necessarily on specifically on your end, but what are your thoughts on the bull market for the future months? Are you seeing a continuous run throughout the year? What are your thoughts for the closing of this 2021? And if you can tell us a little bit about how you feel about the market currently.
I actually feel very good about the market and very positive, because if we look at what the biggest traders in the industry are saying, everyone's saying, we are going to have a super bull run, at least until early 2022, which means it's the explosive part of the year. Also, that is the most volatile, which is why some days we see declines in the Bitcoin value or the Ethereum value, but that, the sharp intensity of how the prices move also means that we are approaching a period which is, a period of explosive growth. So if you ask me, I'm very confident in what's to come. I think this is by far the best year in crypto that we have ever seen. We have a lot of opportunity moving forward. And who knows, we have seen bear markets in the past, but crypto was never adopted at the rate at which it is adopted now. Crypto now is, it's used in El Salvador, as a legit currency. These are things we have never seen in history before. Maybe all we have now is up, say like since the financial crisis of the 08, 09, we have seen that the markets globally just have kept going up and up for 10 years, basically. Maybe the same thing happens in crypto now. Maybe we just have, a consistent period of growth for years to come as crypto becomes more and more adopted.
Yeah, that was one of my questions I had for you. What were your thoughts? What happened in the crypto scene in London when you got the news about El Salvador? Because it's very close to Mexico. We have very strong ties. I actually have a lot of friends in El Salvador, and it was even surprising for us. Do you think other countries are going to be on board soon? And are you moving to El Salvador soon?
Moving, I don't know, we'll see. But, there's always the domino effect. We only need, there's this thing called the butterfly effect. The flop of a butterfly's wings in one part of the world can cause a tornado in the other side of the world. El Salvador is the small, you can say it's the smallest piece of a domino, but then it's going to knock down the bigger piece. And then that bigger piece is going to knock down the bigger piece. The bigger piece knocks down an even bigger piece. And eventually we will have countries like the USA, the UK, Europe, and etc. adopting crypto globally. That's the future,
Yeah, it's a future everyone is expecting. Haroldas, I don't know. You were going to present something with the slides because I want to, or is that? Are you going to present something with your desktop? Or
No. We cannot share screen here, but I can send.
Okay.
I can send materials that we can show later. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah, we will be sending all, and I assume there will be a link also for investors that are interested from the community. We'll put that link also. And
yes.
Just I don't know, Dan. Do you have any questions? I have a couple to close down, but do you have any questions before we close?
Well, if you would like to explain the NFT stuff about the digital forests for the community.
Yes. So how the NFT Forest works, and the important thing is using blockchain. Everyone can start planting trees with everyday actions like sending money. Just by sending money through the Broccoli ecosystem, at no extra cost to you, you're going to be planting trees. How that works is at the point of transaction, your account gets seeds. Seeds are digital representations of the positive impact that you can make. Now, because we are a community-governed business, those seeds are going to be, with a decentralized autonomous vote, a DAO vote, are going to be allocated by a vote to areas of the world where we will actually plant trees. So once we allocate the seeds during the voting process, your account, your NFT representative of you, your NFT, will get trees. And the more trees that you get, the more impact that you make, the more money you can make. What we have done is we have linked planting trees to the ability to make money. So really, broccoli not only does good for the planet, but it also brings the opportunity for the users to make money by using broccoli. It's similar to a concept of passive income, right? You're going to be making transactions, getting seeds. Those seeds are going to be turned into actual trees during the voting process. And then once you get those trees, we have devised the ecosystem in such a way that those seeds can be bought by corporations that want corporate social responsibility. And it's like a decentralized alternative to carbon credits. Carbon credits, a lot of media and a lot of people are starting to talk about, are a very dark industry. It's a very corrupt industry with carbon credits, and every company is looking for solutions that are decentralized. And Broccoli is innovating the industry and presenting impact credits, a decentralized alternative of carbon credits, where it's the amount of trees that you plant. So the trees that you plant, you can then sell to corporates that want to buy the ability from Broccoli to say, we have planted 1,000 trees in the Amazon rainforest. So once we sell those trees to a corporation that wants corporate social responsibility, the users get paid for making the impact and for planting those trees.
Sounds amazing. Carlos, the team that is behind this project, can you tell us about? Give us the rundown. How many people are working on this? How much time have you spent on the project? And how will the team scale once the project is launched?
So the team, in terms of the team, I always think lean is always better. So for now, I think it is 13 of us, or 14. Maybe 14, yeah, we just hired a new person. So for now, it is 14 of us. We have been building this since early 2021. So, almost a year into this, and, just about to launch. And in terms of the team's background, there is a leadership structure of 4 people that lead the project, more like 5, which is me and Matas, the 2 founders, and then the board, which is our CTO, our CMO, and our head of design. So me, I've mentioned I've worked with companies like Nike, Lavazza, PayPal, Adidas, Venmo. My co-founder Matas comes from a traditional finance industry where he has worked with asset management companies managing 10 billion in assets. He has also worked, in the sustainability space, serving clients like Wizz Air, Norwegian Airlines, Skyscanner, and other big flight companies. Our CTO, Chief Technological Officer, actually was the leading development officer in one of actually the biggest exchange and wallet on Ripple, which is another blockchain technology. So he has extensive experience in the blockchain space. Our CMO, Monica, Chief Marketing Officer, is an ex-chief marketing officer at an advertising technology company that had 1.5 billion, 1.5 billion profiled users. And our head of design comes from the business that I and Matas did before this one, where we gave capital and marketing to projects. So we have a long history of working together. So that's how the team is looking these days.
Are you ready to celebrate October 1st? It seems that the project is well in place to a big launch. So congratulations, Haroldas.
It is.
We will be happy to show this and to show the interview to our community, entrepreneurs that are eager to find new projects in the crypto space. I'd like to finish, Haroldas, with a question for those that are not into the crypto world. And this is definitely very away from your space, but as you know, around 50% of my community are not in the space. They might not even understand 99% of what we just said. So if there's an entrepreneur that is not in the crypto space currently, what would you tell them to look into? How do you introduce one of your friends that is not in the crypto and you want to get them excited about the crypto space? What will you tell them?
I would say, crypto is an opportunity of a lifetime. We have never seen an industry that grows this fast. Crypto is a financial industry of more than $2 trillion, which has no regulation yet, meaning without the support of governments, it has become such a big industry. And once governments start approving crypto, it's going to explode and become the biggest thing in the world. So right now is the time to get into crypto. Right now is the time of opportunities. When we had the internet boom back in 1999, this is the time of our lifetimes. The same thing that has happened then is happening now. Then we had internet being created and becoming this next big thing. When everyone said it wasn't going to be the next big thing, well, it became the next big thing. If we look at PayPal, every PayPal founder probably made 100 million, which there was like 6 founders. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a lot of founders in PayPal. Every one of them walked out with at least 100 million. If these days you create a company in crypto, you are going to be, the next PayPal of the world, just in crypto. It's the space that's growing at the fastest rate with the most opportunity. And I have never seen anything like that before,
We are excited too, and we want to thank you very much, Haroldas. Thank you much for your time. I'm sure we will be in shortly, and let's hope that after the launch we can do another interview so you can show us a little bit about the results and how the token is going, if you don't mind.
Yes, let's do that. Carlos.
We'll make sure to launch this before before October 1st, and let's keep in touch, Haroldas. It's so nice to meet you, at least this way. And if the token is well on its way to the $1 billion, we'll make sure we have. You need to have some vacations in Mexico, and we'll see you here.
Definitely coming, man.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thank you.